All right, we are back with another tire test. This has been highly requested. This is the tire that comes on Tesla's 20-inch induction wheel for the Model Y. Now, as you can see right here, it says T0. That means it's made specifically for Tesla. This is a Model Y specific tire that Tesla worked hand in hand with Goodyear to make it exactly what they wanted. But I've tested a really cheap tire from Westlake. I've tested Hankook's Ion Evo tire, which is what I'm running right now. It's excellent. And today we will be testing this to see where it falls with efficiency and how much range you can get out of your Model Y if you just went with these tires all the time. I've also tested Bridgestone Turanza EV tire. I've tested Salen's cost-effective EV tire, which performed extremely well. I'll throw a chart up right now of the performance of all the tires that I've tested. Now, I've tested both the 19-inch Gemini wheels with various tire setups and the 20-inch induction wheels, so we are going to stick to the 20-inch induction wheels that I've tested. So first up was with the cheap Westlake tires, and we averaged 283 watt-hours per mile at 70 miles per hour, which led to a range of 265 miles if you went from 100 to 0%, assuming a 75 kilowatt-hour battery pack. So 265 miles of range if you went from 100% to 0% on the Westlakes with 20-inch wheels. And if you were going 80 miles per hour, your range would be 215.5 miles. Now, if we go to the Hankook Ion Evo all-season tires, you're looking at an average of 277 watt-hours per mile, which would lead to 270 miles of range at 70 miles per hour, and then 228 miles of range at 80 miles per hour. So with those numbers in mind, now let's test the Goodyear Eagle F1 OEM tires. Now, these 20-inch induction wheels are great, but a lot of people end up curbing them, as you can see right here, and that's why today's video sponsor Vion has an awesome solution. They have wheel covers for both the 20-inch induction wheels and the Uber turbine wheels with matching gunpowder paint and the black armor paint, and it comes with this foam padding which you're able to put around the perimeter of the wheel cover to give you protection so it doesn't scratch the actual rim itself. It's very easy to apply, but check out the paint match. The paint match is incredible, and the only way you would know it's there is if you knew it was there. If you have previous damage, it will be totally covered up and you will be protected now moving forward with these rim guards. So go over to vion.parts, use code Gjeebs. It'll be free shipping and 10% off using my code. So vion.parts, code Gjeebs. This is an awesome accessory. Now, while I'm doing this test, the air conditioning will be off. I'll do 3 runs at 70 miles per hour, 3 runs at 80 miles per hour, air conditioning off on the same stretch of highway along here, down and back, and then that will give us our results. I've done the same test, kept the same temperatures. Because of where I'm at, the temperature is really stable, and I've been able to get some pretty accurate results, even though for real-world testing. So here we go. So after my 3 runs at 70 miles per hour on the Goodyear Eagle F1 OEM tires for the 20-inch induction wheels on the Model Y, we got 266.6 watt-hours per mile. That equates to 281.3 miles of range. And what's really impressive about this is that actually matched the Salen E-Range tires on the 19-inch Gemini wheels, which is really impressive that a 20-inch wheel was able to come close at 283.4 miles for the 19-inch wheels and 281.3 miles on the 20-inch induction wheels. But what about at 80 miles per hour? 80 miles per hour, I would say, was equally as impressive, getting an average of 303.3 watt-hours per mile, which equates to 247.2 miles of range. So overall, this OEM Goodyear Eagle F1 tire, which a lot of people like to trash in the comments, has outperformed everything I've tested in the 20-inch range. It's a 4% improvement over the Hankook Ion all-season tires and a 6% improvement over the cheap Westlakes that I've tested. I will also let you know at the end of this video what tire I recommend, but before we do that, let's see what the sound is like at 50 and 70 miles per hour in comparison to other tires that I've tested. All right, so this is the 50-mile-per-hour speed test for sound. Let's see what we get. Now I had to mute this clip because after going back to my spreadsheets, I noticed that at 50 miles per hour, the norm that I was getting was 52 to 54 decibels. And these Goodyear tires at 50 miles per hour were in the 54 to 55 range, which is about 1 to 2 decibels higher than what I was getting on the other tires. So it's slightly louder. Again, these tests aren't perfect, and this is even a newer model I was testing it on, so it should have been quieter. But what I was showing with the same device in the same location in the vehicle was slightly higher at 50 miles per hour. So now let's go to 70 miles per hour. So it's very similar to the other ones. It's that 55 to 56 and occasionally a 57 decibel reading going 70 miles per hour on the highway. So really with all of the tires that I've tested, and again, the other thing to note is these tires are all either new or very low mileage. And so they're going to be performing their best when they're new. It's only going to get worse. And that's when the cheaper tires over time are really going to show why they cost so little. But from new, they're all showing about the same range at that 55, 56, 57 decibel range. And that's what the Goodyears did as well. All right, so unfortunately I lost the audio on this clip. But this is my friend Justin. He owns EV Access, and the 250 Teslas he has in his fleet do over 4 million miles per year. So in terms of tires, he has a lot of data and experience. So he was saying that if they rotate them at 7,500 miles, then on average they can get about 35,000 miles out of their tires, regardless if it's an OEM tire or a really cheap tire. The tires that he buys to replace the OEM tires are Milestars and Westlakes, which are like 70 or 80 bucks per tire just to keep his costs down as much as possible. So on average, 35,000 miles, he said it's between 30 and 40,000 miles if you're a really good driver. And all of their cars are locked into chill mode as well. So if you're driving really aggressively, you're going to rip through your tires even more. So this gives you a really good data set of hundreds of cars and millions of miles to see what you can realistically expect out of your Tesla Model 3 or Y. Also, if you're coming into Phoenix and you want to rent a Tesla or any other EV or try a Lucid or something out, you want to rent a Corvette, who knows, you can do that through EV Access. I will have them linked below. And what I like about them is that they are VIN allocation. So if you rent from someone like Enterprise, you'll get a car that's like the one that they advertise online. With them, you get the exact car that you were looking to rent, which is really important for some people. Also, if you're an Uber driver, you guys are doing something for them right now.
So we're getting about a couple hundred more Teslas here in the Phoenix market. One of our big things we're doing to incentivize for the new year is all of our Model 3s are being changed to $250 a week. Those are on week-to-week contracts. There's no, you don't have to stay for a certain amount of time. That's to make sure the Uber drivers get the best possible rates. So yeah, right now, $250 a week, you can't beat that price.
Cool. Yeah, and just so you know, like they're not, Justin and I are just friends. Like I rented a car from him at one point to do videos on. He's not paying me to say this. I just thought I would plug it while we were here.
I appreciate it. Yep.
Yeah. The other thing that people have asked me is because I put 18-inch wheels on the car and it came with 20s, they're wondering if that changes, you know, how the accuracy of the speedometer works and everything like that. But within Tesla's infotainment system, you can actually change this diameter of the wheels it has on your car, and it will reflect what the factory wheels would look like. So that's all adjusted in Tesla's infotainment system. It's very simple. And if you want to watch a road trip on this Tesla Model 3 to Vegas, click this video right here. That will be very helpful to you to see what real world range is with the stock forged wheels.